Okay, what's up everybody? It's Ion Rogue here, and I've got a video for you today that's going to go over the mechanics of the Conquest battles and how they work. I've seen a lot of chatter on the internet about this, and I've actually had a couple of people hit me up asking me exactly how this all goes down. So, we're going to try to clear out any confusion that might be going on. First of all, what you're going to want to do is open up your map, and as you can see, the border of this nation, Megaris, is red. That means that the Spartans are in control of this particular nation at the time, okay? Now, the nation power has been dropped down to vulnerable, as you can see over to the right. Undiscovered leader, Spartan leadership. Now, if you go right here, this is the defending army for Megaris. Conquest battles, challenge, normal. If you go here, you're going to be helping the Spartans maintain Megaris. You will not see a mercenary come out in that instance. Now, here we are with the invading army from Attica. Conquest battles, challenge, hard. If you go and select this one, you'll be fighting for the invading army, the Athenians, and it's going to be the Spartans, the defending army, that pull out the mercenary on you. Okay, because they're trying to defend themselves against you. So there can be a little bit of confusion here. If you go and select the normal conquest battle and fight for the Spartans, okay, challenge normal, go here, talk to the Spartan leader, fight for them as the defending army, you will not see a mercenary, okay? But if you go to the blue one, if you go to the blue flag in a nation that has a red border, then you're going to be fighting with the Athenians, the people that are trying to take over the nation from the current leadership of the Spartans, okay? That means when you do that, it's going to be a little bit harder. The captains are going to be harder. The general soldiers that you're fighting in the conquest battle, they're going to be better equipped. And eventually, once you get enough soldiers killed or enough captains killed, then the defending army is going to pull out the mercenary. So here we go. We're going to go fight for the Spartans. I usually I have a outfit selected specifically for Spartans that I like to fight with. I'm going to show that to you right here. So most of the equipment that I'm gearing up right now has warrior damage. Okay, that's what you're going to want to do first. You're going to want to focus on equipping yourself with gear that has warrior damage on it. The second thing I did was I manipulated my engravings to such an effect that we've got poison as our main goal here, okay? So we've got a bow that has poison damage, warrior, 8% damage on Athenian soldiers, 25% elemental buildup, 20% poison damage, 14% damage with heavy weapons, 8% damage on Athenian soldiers, 35% elemental buildup. Right here's the kicker, 10% intoxicated damage and weakening effect. And if you go over to my weapon, you're going to see that it has weapon damage becomes poison damage. So as soon as I pull this weapon out, it's already going to be charged with poison. It's never going to go away. I don't have to use the poison ability. And I'm just going to cut these guys down. Like I said, we are going to the red flag. The nation had a red border, which means it's controlled by Spartans. And if we go to the red flag, and fight the normal conquest battle, it's going to be a breeze. You're going to be able to just basically chomp your way right through this, and you're not going to see a mercenary come out at you, okay? So let's get this done. Okay, so let's just go over that one more time real quick, guys. Here we are. We're going to talk to the Spartan. We're going to fight the defending army for Megaris, conquest battle normal. And it's going to be the Athenians. Now, if we went over here and selected these guys, the challenge is hard. It's going to change the border to blue if we win, and it's going to be the defending army that pulls out the mercenary. So here we go.
If it isn't the mighty Mystios with the broken spear, how would you like to raise that blade alongside Spartan warriors?
Depends how much true Spartan warriors can pay.
A capable mistio such as yourself would be well compensated. Care to share in our upcoming victory against the Athenians?
I'll join you.
Good. We're glad to have your sword.
Send these Athenians to Hades!
Okay guys, so we went to, again, the normal Conquest Battle Challenge, which was the Spartans at the time. We are now fighting Athenians, okay? Now as you can see, these Athenian soldiers are pretty basic. They're just the regular soldiers with the circular shield. It's pretty easy for me to take them down. There's not much resistance going on here at all. A little bit, but not much. The Polemarchs, the guy right there in the back with the mohawk, he doesn't have a shield at all. You know, he's just ready and open to be hit. That's about his only defensive or offensive move right there, is to, you know, get all berserked on you. So pretty much I'm just cutting these guys down. I mean, this is the difference between a normal conquest battle and a hard one. I'm going to show you a hard one next so that you can see that there's a huge difference between the two. This one, we're not going to run into a mercenary here, okay guys, because we picked the normal conquest battle. We decided to fight for the Spartans, who already controlled the territory, and all we're doing is defending them and preventing the Athenians from taking over that land. If we were going to take over the land from the Spartans, then it would be a little harder. As you can see up in the at the top of the screen, you've got the Spartans who we're fighting with and the Athenians who we're fighting against. As you can see, I'm pretty much just destroying the Athenians right now. The red bar has plenty of time to go before it's down, and I've pretty much almost knocked these guys to the ground. When we get to the next conquest battle, when we fight the hard one, where the mercenary does show up, you're going to see a huge difference there. Okay, guys? Okay, so we just finished that one and we're on to the next one. So now, as you can see, I'm dressed up as an Athenian. I like to dress up like an Athenian when I'm fighting for Athenians, and I like to dress up like a Spartan when I'm fighting for the Spartans. Now, as you can see, the border is red, so Spartans control this nation right now of Elise. And the nation power is vulnerable, and there's an undiscovered leader, okay? We're down to a conquest battle right here. So again, if we go and fight for the Spartans that control the nation, challenge normal, we will not see a mercenary. But we're going to go and fight for the invading army from Messenia. Conquest battle, challenge hard. Okay? And you're going to see a huge difference between this one and the last one that I just fought. Okay? Also, the gear I have equipped, 16% damage on Spartan soldiers. We're going to need that. 25% elemental buildup. Total armor 30%. Poison damage. I pretty much have it set up exactly the same way. 10% intoxicated damage and weakening in effect. Because of this weapon right here that has weapon damage becomes poison damage. Okay. We're going to basically be laying that poison on them, okay, guys? And that's one of the best strategies to these harder conquest battles, honestly, guys, is to be able to do that with the poison, using a weapon that already has poison on it, so that you don't have to waste an ability slot. Again, we're not going for normal this time. We're going for hard, which is blue. The reason why that's hard is because you are trying to take this nation over from the Spartans. They are the defending, you are the invading. If you joined the defending army for Elise, then this army would not be as powerful. But if you join the invading army from Messenia, then the Spartan army is going to be more powerful, and they're going to be the ones to pull the mercenary out. You see, I can see how this would get kind of confusing to some people, honestly, because it's kind of like, okay, the defending army is the one that's pulling out the mercenary. It's just, if you fight, just remember, if you choose hard, you're gonna get a mercenary, guys. Okay?
I'll fight with Athens today.
Then you'll fight with honor too. Let's bring pain to those Spartans.
For Athens! For glory!
Okay, so there is one thing I do recommend doing, guys, and that is make sure you have the second wind ability, which regenerates your health. This is a pretty good, you're going to want the shield breaker. That's, I mean, it's pretty much a no-brainer. But I'd like to point out, here we are, these Spartan soldiers that we're fighting. We're the invading army, they're the defending army, okay? As you can see, we've got a lot higher ranked soldiers in the mix now. They're not just simple circular shielded, you know, basic soldiers like the one on the left there. They're actually polemarchs, they're strategos, they're hoplites, they're brutes, okay? There's very few soldiers that just have a spear in their hand and nothing else. Most of them have helmets. A lot of them have shields. And they're a lot tougher to take down than they were before. Not only that, but they're doing a lot more damage to my invading army. As you can see, take a look up at the top of the screen like we did before. Here comes the mercenary, okay? Basically what you're gonna have to do is focus your attention on the mercenary at this point, okay? As you can see, or as you're about to see, this is gonna get pretty wild. I mean, you really have got to fight hard, and you've got to have some really good equipment to pull this off. I mean, if you're just barely starting the game out and you're just barely getting into the conquest battles, I would probably, my best advice to you would be to steer clear of these harder conquest battles until you have a better understanding of how the equipment and the engravings, you know, and the character progression for the game actually works, okay? But I just slaughtered her like she was nothing. And now we gotta focus our attention back on the captains and so on and so forth. But like I was saying before, at the top of the screen you'll notice that it's pretty much a tight race here, you know? In fact, I think the Spartans might actually be winning right now, based on the way I'm looking at this. And so I've really got to step up my game if I want to win this battle. But like I said, if you're seeing this every time you go for a conquest battle, big heavy soldiers, huge shields, you're seeing a mercenary come out every single time, the reason why that is because you're choosing the conquest battle challenge hard. Okay? If you're not very far into the game, or you don't have as good of an understanding, like I said before, you might want to save the hard conquest battles for when you pick up some steam, get some better gear, and get yourself leveled up. I recommend using a heavy weapon for conquest battles, heavy bladed blunts. It may seem like they're slow, but they deal a lot of damage, and they can take out a lot of soldiers surrounding you if you play, if you swing it right and do your attacks correctly with light attacks and heavy attacks. You want to end with heavy attacks. I usually start out with light, and then I move in for my heavy attacks, which will swing that blade clear around full circle almost, and take out a lot of the surrounding soldiers around you. So definitely heavy bladed weapons. If you can get your hands on weapon damage becomes poison damage engraving, I have a video for that called instant poison combo. If you want to check that video out, it'll show you everything you need to know about how to equip your character, just like I just did. Okay, so as you just seen, the nation turned over to Athenian. Before, it was controlled by Spartans, the nation of Elise, and now it's controlled by Athenians. Okay, guys? So just remember, check the border. Make sure that if you don't want the mercenary to show up, make sure you check your border and fight for the army that matches that border, the normal challenge one. Okay, guys? Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out and clears up some confusion. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and Ion Rogue out.